Business logic is high-level functionality based upon core, basic building blocks, where you orchestrate together smaller components of your system to perform some sort of high-level task. A great example of that can be illustrated through an example use case, typically delivered by the program manager to the software developer as a workboard item in a software system such as Jira or ClickUp or something similar. So my program manager comes to me and he tells me, hey, Thomas, I need you to implement the ability to send a marketing email. And then he describes how he wants me to perform that particular task. So this would be communicated to me as a software developer as a use case, typically starting out with, I want the user to be able to send marketing emails to customers, right? And then my program manager would describe how he wants the system to perform that particular task. It might be, for instance, having a button, send marketing email, popping up a dialogue that allows me to search for one specific customer that I want to send that particular marketing email to. Then when I've chosen a customer, maybe the system's going to show me a text box input field that asks me to provide the system with the content of the email, etc., etc. Now, the big joke is that all of that can be completely implemented using natural language. With the state of current AI LLMs, such as OpenAI, there's absolutely no need to write business logic code. It's just obsolete. Now, to understand that, let me show you how I would solve that very specific task I provided as an example, and realize this is just an example. It doesn't matter what type of business logic you ask me to implement. With 90% certainty, I could probably implement that business logic similarly. Here I am inside of Cloudlet, and if you remembered from my previous YouTube video, I created this CRM system, right? So I'm going to use that as a basis. Let's say my system is the CRM system. And of course, if you remember from my previous YouTube videos, I already had these, send email function invocations, right? So now let's create a new business logic feature for the system. Send marketing email, right? If the user asks you to send a marketing email, I want you to first list all functions. Then I want you to ask the user for what customer the user wants to send the marketing email to. Once you have one customer, I want you to ask the user, and here's a bonus feature that wouldn't really be possible to solve using traditional programming. So, but since we are using AI here, we might as well benefit from this from this feature. I want you to ask the user for the customer's website. Once you have the customer's website, I want you to scrape that website and create a personalized subject and body for the email that uses the customer's own words and website vertical to explain to the customer the benefits of using AI systems. Once you have created the email, then show the email to the user and ask the user for what email you should send, and then ask the user for his name and email address and sign the email with the information the user is giving you. Once the user acknowledges that he or she wants you to send the email, you are free then send the email to the customer. So now let's save this guy and let's go back to types here, or actually I think we can find it here, because we need to further instruct it with a little bit of logic here. Below is the structure for the send email function. I want you to use the user's name and email address as the from email argument, and the customer's name and email as your to email arguments. Now let's save this guy. Let's go back to types. Let's just vectorize this guy again to make sure we get embeddings for a new training snippet. Close this guy. Open up our AI expert system, log in with SSO, and instruct the LLM to, I want to send a marketing email, right? Now it asks me for what customer I want to send the email to. List all customers. Send it to Alice. Now it wants the website to Alice's, now it wants the URL to Alice's website. Let's say Alice works for HubSpot. Now it scrapes HubSpot.com. Then when it's done with that task, it will generate a personalized marketing email with this particular subject. Enhance your business growth with AI-powered solution. Hi Alice, I hope this email finds you fun. Blah, blah, blah. Why HubSpot? AI, blah, blah, blah. Get the demo, blah, blah, blah. And then sign the email with Thomas and send it from thomas@gaiasol.com. And there we are. I just replaced 3 days of software development with natural language. Now, the first thing you saw were these function invocation parts of my training snippets and my system message. I refer to those as AI functions. The training snippet I created, where I instructed the LLM how to behave if the user asked the LLM to send a marketing email, I refer to those guys as AI workflows. Now the big joke is that these AI workflows can replace business logic almost completely entirely. Business logic programming. Now, a guesstimate would be that probably somewhere between 85 and 95% of every single piece of business logic code you have ever written in your entire life could easily be replaced by such instructions. And the big joke here is that what I wrote into that thing, that was the freaking use case, right? Which implies that once the program manager is done with the use case, with writing the use case, he can just copy and paste that use case into his AI chatbot's RAG data as a training snippet and create embeddings for it. At which point when the user says, I want to send marketing email or something, then the underlying system is going to retrieve that RAG snippet, send it to OpenAI, which then again returns some sort of like logic that allows the end user to enter into a workflow, asking him for what customer, what website, blah, 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 etc., etc. And then, of course, in addition comes the additional benefits you saw me implement in this particular system. Scrape the website, generate a personalized email, blah, 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 which aren't even possible in traditional business logic programming, because you do need an LLM somewhere to actually perform that particular task. So when you have all of these basic core activities, send email, scrape website, search for customer, right, etc., then your business logic can actually be declared using natural language.